Saints 18. Is Mary the Queen of Christ? Is the Virgin Mary the Queen of Christ? We could say, but it's grotesque, she can't be the Queen of Christ since Christ is the King. It is He who is God, the Creator of the world, it is He who has all the powers, from Him alone emanate graces that fall on men, since it is He alone who can create grace. And so the Virgin Mary, she is in her place, and her rightful place is that she is prostrated before her God as a humble servant. Moreover, she said at the Annunciation, I am the handmaid of the Lord, may it be done to me according to your word. Well, Protestants who say that are not wrong, it is true, it is Mary's attitude. But they forget something, it is that Christ says it, he who lowers himself will be lifted up. It remains to be seen how high it will be. And here, the answer is absolutely surprising. The very nature of God, who is the Almighty, the only Redeemer, the only Mediator, in His Trinity, is that each person does not cease, while they are absolutely equal in grace, in nature, in dignity, do not cease to put the other person above himself. It is an incredible mystery called kenosis in God. And this attitude that comes from the Father, that comes from the Son, that comes from the Holy Spirit. Well, it is there, the very nature of God. The very relationship of paternity is to put your Son on top, I am only through you. Well, as soon as a person arrives before God with this same attitude, lowering himself immensely before God, God lifts him up and raises him above him, that is His nature. Because he becomes smaller, they raise him above him. As a result, since the Virgin Mary, who has always been faithful to grace, who has never looked at herself, who has humbled herself immensely, who has loved with all her heart, arrives at the hour of her death before her Son, like this, prostrate, then He raises her up, He makes her the queen of His heart. Oh, it's not a royalty where we could do cleaning scenes, it's not that. It is because it becomes so small that He raises it above Himself and gives it all His powers. Really, it means that she no longer needs to ask, she is one with Christ, she takes, He trusts her perfectly. This is the image of Catholic marriage, fully realized, where man and woman are equal in rights while being different in grace, in spirituality, who will work together. That is why the hearts of Jesus and Mary are inseparable and united. Mary is the Queen of God's heart.